seeing that you spend time watching others perform as you was focusing on this comeback. Who's been some of the wrestlers, whether it's independent or mainstream, that's gotten your attention as far as those that you see doing things the right way, you being the fans of? Who's been some of the wrestlers that's gotten your attention as far as
Hmm.
you making this comeback?
Believe it or not, one of the individuals I definitely look at is Cody Rhodes, uh, the American Nightmare. One reason why I look at him is, some people might say, "Oh, that's an easy choice." Well, actually, it's not an easy choice because he was an individual when he was in WWE. He felt he was good enough to get an opportunity to run with the ball. He actually went to the management and said, "Hey, give me that chance to shine." They told him no and just stay as Stardust. Now look where he is now. It took for him to get released, and then he wrestled for Impact. He wrestled for Ring of Honor. He wrestled for New Japan. And then out of nowhere, he grouped himself up with the Bullet Club and then formed the Elite. And then from the Elite came All Elite Wrestling. I mean, think about that. This man is now ahead running a wrestling corporation, and what drove him there was told that he was not good enough to be the man. And now he's the man that makes all the decisions. And I looked at that and I went, you know what? That's how I got to look at myself. When those who tell you you're not good enough, keep proving to them just how good you are. And that's what I hope to do this time around.
Cody Rhodes is definitely someone I have respect for. Um,
Yes.
he he bet on himself.
Yes.
That's what you have to do sometimes, not just in wrestling, but in life.
Yes.
And what happens after that, we'll see. But AEW is blow up big
Yes.
time. And Cody, giving a Darby Allen a chance, giving a
Yes.
MJF a chance. He
Yes,
took a
sir.
chance on a elder Chris Jericho, brought some experience to the roster, and then you
Mm-hmm.
bring in Young Bucks and bring in my namesake Kenny Omega. You know, I'm a Kenny Omega guy. I mean, not just
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
So some apparent reason I felt the need to represent, to root for a Kenny. So this it may not be his real life name, but I'm going with it. He's a Kenny to me. So
Right, right.
that's stuck with him. He calls himself Kenny, and that's what people call him, and I'm cool with that. And what I
Yes,
like
sir.
about Kenny's AEW one is that it didn't start right away. He just
Right.
was a team player pretty much, and watched everybody else eat. And now he's getting a piece of the pie now. So it's
Yes,
just
sir. Yeah.
and seeing AEW and Impact doing these crossover things
Mm-hmm.
that's happening. It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
unique. This ain't no invasion like WWE or WCW back in the day, because
Right.
WCW was already out of business, and it was just one big thing that's happened. Just these are two separate companies that
Mm-hmm.
just looked at each other and say, you know what? I mean, this going back and forth is cool, but what if we can get together and
Yeah,
join
work together.
forces?
Yeah.
That's and I guess fans, they're not gonna see eye to eye on stuff like this, but hey, it's worth a shot, and I like seeing private party go to Impact. I like seeing good brothers going to AEW, and I
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I hope to see more of this as this year progresses. So
Yes,
I
sir. Yes,
like
sir.
it. I'm sold. I'm sold on it. So
Yeah.
they got me hooked, and I'll keep watching every week. So yeah, February 20th, my good friend Kerry Johnson making his return to the ring. And I
Yes,
know
sir.
people be like, Well, when's he gonna come back? Are you coming back? Well, you got your answer. You ain't gotta ask that question no more. Now you just have to show up at Munich, Indiana, for this tag team match. Now, obviously, with the pandemic and all,
Yeah.
you show up with a face mask. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they're gonna have face masks once you get into the door. You get your temp
Yes.
check. Obviously,
Yes.
seats will most likely be separated 6 feet apart, and just have fun, but just follow the guidelines, and so
Yes,
that these
sir.
promotions can run afloat. Because this
Yes.
pandemic is not going anywhere anytime soon. So all we doing is working through this. So just be safe. Keep that same energy. Just
Mhm.
follow the guidelines, and everyone's gonna walk out of the show happy.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so so now that you're back, man, and you see all these competition, at least in the Indiana area or
Right.
surrounding areas, who else do you see that you want to go up against, man? Who's some other independent talent out there you want to go up against as you make this comeback?
Oh man, there's so many great talents in this area. Obviously, Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, Michigan. But there's a lot of greats. But one right off the bat is the rock star Jake Chris. I mean, he's one of the best technical wrestlers I've seen in this area. And just to challenge my in ring ability against someone at his level would be a nice cap on my head, just to see if I'm there, and if I'm not, I'm going to use that as that get that motivation going, because what the competition level like. You gotta elevate yourself above that. So Jay Chris, the rock star as he calls himself, he says no one plays the three strings better than him, and the three strings are the ropes. So that would be the person that hopefully by the summer or in the fall, I can get my win and then believe in myself enough that there's the competition. Can you meet it?
Jay Chris definitely making a name for himself. Former Impact star, I believe.
Yes,
Known from Ohio versus everything.
yes,
So he's definitely a name out there that a lot of people want to see who he challenged, and hopefully he and you will cross paths down the road, and that will be good. I'm all for the different styles going
yes,
head to head just to see how that will work.
yes,
So
sir.
Jay Chris, Kerry Johnson, that's going to be dope. So with this comeback, obviously you're definitely getting yourself out there to these promotions here and there, but also merchandise. You messaged me recently that you about to get some new merch. Talk about this merch and any timetable as to when fans can get some Kerry Johnson merch.
Well, right off the bat, the notorious 1 Ace Mob, they definitely going to get the gear eventually, but right now is just finding the right merchandiser and sense of the people to make the shirts. It's a lot of competition, so when you're out there debating, quality versus quantity, that's usually the main thing that comes across. You can get a bunch of shirts made, but if the quality sucks, you're not going to make it look good. But if you get the quality, even if the cost is a little high, people's going to get some good merchandise. So I would say definitely not so much by the next show because it's next week, the first show, but definitely, I'm looking definitely in March, definitely going to have some merch made. And then, of course, I'm going to definitely send my boy one, send you one pro bono. Uh, so I could definitely get that out, and more people will get to know me better because definitely, merchandise definitely helps. Somebody wears your shirt out in public, free advertisement, baby. So, yeah, definitely going to get some mob gear out there.
So I do go to Indiana from time to time. Um, at least in the past few years, I think I've been there twice since the
Hmm.
pandemic. I was there I got some friends from Girl Fight Wrestling. Mad Dog
Hmm.
Pondo, shout out to him. And then I
Yes.
was at the Collective, which was like a wrestling weekend type thing. I was
Right.
there for a Shimmer show, and I have a bunch of
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
friends that was there. I went to Indianapolis, and was just not that bad of a drive. It was 3 hours, and I
Okay.
remember that show, that particular evening, because that was the day that the Lakers won the championship for Kobe. Um,
Gotcha.
and I'm mad at the Lakers because if they would have, if Danny Green would have hit that game-winning shot in Game Five,
Right.
I could have just went straight home after the show. Um, so Danny Green, I know you're in Philly, things looking good for you. I'm still mad at you for that. So
Still mad.
I'm still I'm still in my feelings with Danny Green,
Right.
but hey, I went to the show. I'm good. I'm all right.
Hmm.
Um, so and so, what would your advice be to wrestlers that went through a situation that you went through, taking some time off, maybe trying to get that itch coming back to the ring? What would your advice be to the wrestlers that's wondering if they should come back or not? What would your advice be?
Well, first thing, it's up to how you feel about it. As much as family and friends can be an influence on you, you got to feel it in your heart first. Because if everybody can feel it in their head, no, yeah, but then the body's not able. But if your heart's with it, then it's going to lead your body. It's going to lead your will. It's going to be your motivation, and it's going to be your drive to actually step within those ropes. The yard, as they say. Because when you get in there, you have to be sure. Because there's nothing worse than, hey, I'm back, and then you take a bump and never mind. But if you're focused and mentally tough and ready for it, and you know this is what you want to do, then live it. You only live one life. Why not enjoy it? And if wrestling is it, have fun. Be a kid, no matter your age. I'm getting tired of people talking about this guy's too old. If you still can do it, who are we to tell you to not? So just believe in yourself, and everything else will take care of itself.
That is true. Wrestling, is a lot of young wrestlers can learn from the vets.
Yes.
And I know people bump heads from time to time as far as trying to figure out what's good for the sport, what's good for this business. And you know, it's going to take both sides to really hear each other out and make sure wrestling is on the right path, on the right direction.
Yes.
So they it's it's just like a team sport. Just
Hmm.
while you see wrestlers go head to head, their goal remains the same, and that's to entertain the crowd. Is to have the crowd go home. And man, I enjoyed that Kerry Johnson match. He did some incredible things. He powerbombed this dude through a table. You know, just imagine going to work on Monday and saying, "Yo, I seen this match last night. It was amazing. Did you see it? Oh, I was at the wrestling. Man, you missed out. What were you thinking?" That's something that you want. If you're a performer, just that day after, when people go on Facebook or whatever, and just, yeah, I enjoyed that match. So,
Right.
uh, and I guess one more question for you, man, before I let you go.
Okay.
So social media, man. You know, where can people check you out? As far as social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or just any other links out there people need to know.
Well, right off the bat, they definitely can reach me on Facebook. Kerry Johnson. It's pretty easy to find me. I'm sitting on the throne at the Bulls United Center, felt like a king. Um, on Instagram, you can reach me at KRJ820 on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter as much. Twitter is like the wild wild west right now. But definitely Facebook, Kerry Johnson, and then on Instagram, KRJ 820. You'll definitely reach me, and you'll be able to follow all the wrestling and all the latest news. Definitely keep in touch and definitely support independent wrestling. We need it right now.
Like you said, man, support the promotions, support the talent, but just focus on the guidelines too.
Yes,
Definitely be safe, wear a mask, 6 feet apart, and just be careful out there. I mean,
yes, sir.
with all this vaccine that's out right now, man, like you're not gonna get it right away, obviously, but if you're just patient, your time will eventually come, and hopefully, things will get a lot better, and maybe capacity of wrestling shows like this will be a little bit more, and
Yes,
we'll see. So it's up to all of us to beat this pandemic. So
yes, sir.
regardless
Yes,
of
sir.
who you are, what color, political party, um, who wrestler you
Mm-hmm.
like or dislike, it's all of us against this pandemic. So let's
Yes,
let's body slam pandemic some way, shape, or form. Let's be safe. Let's be good to each other. Kerry,
yes, sir.
man, great to see you back. Good to see you doing some extraordinary things. I know
Yes,
my
sir. Thank you.
show is ending in April, but I'm so glad to have you to at least be a small role in your comeback. So I'm glad
Thank you.
to have you back and continued success. Best of luck to your show on the 20th. Be safe. Take care, man, and hopefully we'll see each other down the road.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
All right, man. You take care. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too, brother. Thanks.
All right.